Hello everyone, I am Sana Kulkarni. Again today we will discuss the continued part of the chapter nuclei in this session 5. So in this case first we will discuss regarding the law of radioactive decay. What is the law of radioactive decay? Radioactive elements means already we know the elements which are continuously emits the radiation from them, and how that decay will be possible. What is the law for that? First we will study the definition of that. That is, the rate of disintegration of a radioactive substance at any instant of time is directly proportional to the number of atoms of that substance which are present at that instant of time. So radioactive decay means the continuous disintegration of a radioactive substance that will be taken place with respect to time, and that directly proportional to the number of atoms that are present at the substance at that instant of time. And similarly, we can say here, let N naught be the number of atoms of radioactive substance which are present initially at a time t is equal to 0, and N be the number of atoms which are remaining after the time t. Means whenever time t is equal to t, then according to the decay law, what the decay law says, the rate of disintegration of radioactive substance with respect to time is directly proportional to the number of atoms which are present at that instant. Therefore, it is dN by dt. dN by dt means it is a rate of disintegration of radioactive substance with respect to time, or at any instant of time, is directly proportional to the number of atoms which are present at that instant, that is capital N. So dN by dt is directly proportional to N, or we can say it is dN by dt is equal to minus lambda N, where lambda is a constant and this constant is called as a decay constant, and the negative sign indicates here that is N goes on decreases with respect to time. Next, from the above relation we can discuss, that is dN by N is equal to minus lambda into dt. So because we have taken it as dN by dt is equal to minus lambda n, so take that n terms common one side, that is dN by n is equal to minus lambda into dt. Or we can write it as the same equation as 1 by n into dN is equal to minus lambda into dt. Now we have to integrate this above equation with a limit. Already we know the limit, that is substance initially it is from n naught to n, same the time limit is from time t is equal to 0 to time t. So integrate this. So integration of 1 by n into dN with a limit n naught to n, this equal to minus lambda, because lambda is a constant, that decay constant, take it out from the integration and integrate the dt term with a time limit t is equal to 0 to t equal to t. Then what is the integration of 1 by n dN? That is 1 by n is, it is log n to the base e. 1 by n integration, already I have given you certain rules of integration, that is integration of 1 by x into dx is log x. So the same form 1 by n into dn is log n to the base e, and the upper limit and the lower limit we have taken it as n naught to n. So this equal to minus lambda, as it is integration of dt with respect to t, that integration of dt we can write it as it is t with the limits 0 to t. Therefore, now substitute the limits, upper limit first and the lower limit next. So first one is log n, upper limit is n to the base e, minus log n naught to the base e, that equal to minus lambda into t, minus again, that is minus lambda, whenever t is there it is 0, you have to substitute. So 0 into t gives you 0 itself, so only the upper limit exists here, that is minus lambda t. And this is in the form of log a minus log b. So log a minus log b is nothing but log of a by b. So this implies, so that is log n divided by n naught to the base e, that must be equal to minus lambda t. Now the same equation once again we have written here, that is log n by n naught to the base e is equal to minus lambda t, or n by n naught, whenever you are taking this log term that side, at that it becomes an exponential. So n by n naught is equal to e raised to minus lambda t, or the equation we can write n is equal to n naught into e raised to minus lambda t. So whenever time t is equal to 1 by lambda, then our equation 1 becomes, so what is our equation 1? N is equal to n naught into e raised to minus lambda t. So in that t is replaced by 1 by lambda. So our equation n is equal to n naught into e raised to minus lambda, t is replaced by 1 by lambda. So lambda get cancels, we are getting it as n is equal to n naught into e raised to minus 1. So this equal to e raised to minus 1, we can write it as it is 1 by e into n naught. Now already we know the e value in mathematics, that is 1 by 1 divided by e value is 2.71828 into n naught. So whenever you are going to divide this, you are getting the answer it as 0.3679 n naught. Therefore we can say here, since the lambda is a decay constant and it is defined as the reciprocal of the time during which the number of atoms of the substance decreases to 1 by e times the number of atoms originally which are present initially. So this derivation is very important for 3 marks as well as for 5 marks. Just to go through the derivation. Now next we will discuss regarding the half-life. So what is half-life? Half-life of radioactive substance, it is defined as the time during which the half of the original atoms that will going to disintegrate. So how much amount of atoms which are present, the exactly half of the atoms that will going to disintegrate, so that we can call it as the half-life of a radioactive substance, and it is denoted by the capital T. The shorter the half-life period of a radioactive sample, the longer the number of atoms that has to disintegrate. So if it is having a very short half-life, suppose you can take it as it is 2 years, 3 years, if it is half-life period is very shorter, then it has to disintegrate more number of atoms from the entire nuclei. Therefore the shorter the half-life period of a radioactive sample, the larger the number of, or the longer the number of atoms it has to disintegrate in a unit time. Now we will discuss regarding this. Let n naught be the initial number of atoms of radioactive sample. After the time interval which is equal to the half-life period, that is capital T, then the number of atoms of the radioactive samples that will be remaining n naught by 2. So initially n naught number of times are n naught number of atoms which are present in the radioactive sample. After the half-life, exactly half of the original atom that has to disintegrate. So half of the original atom means it is n naught by 2. So the total atoms which are remaining after the half-life, that will be n naught by 2. Thus we can replace our n as n naught by 2. In our equation, n is the total number of atoms which are present. So here the total number of atoms that is present is n naught by 2. So n naught by 2 at a time t is equal to the capital T, that is a half-life. Therefore our equation becomes, now this equation we will substitute in the equation earlier we have discussed, that is n is equal to n naught into e raised to minus lambda t. So what will be happen here? N is replaced by n naught by 2, that must be equal to n naught as it is e raised to minus lambda. Here that must be the capital T, but here it is a wrong, it is a small t is typed here, it is capital T. Now we can write it as, that is e raised to lambda t is equal to, we can write it as it is 2. So only whenever we are going to write it for it is e raised to lambda t, that n naught term get cancelled, you are getting it as 2. Or we can write that lambda t exponential term, now you can replace with the help of a log, that is lambda t is equal to log 2 to the base e, or the t is equal to, for half-life value we have to calculate that capital T is equal to log 2 to the base e whole divided by lambda. Then whenever you are going to convert that log to the base e to the log to the base 10, then you have to multiply with a factor 2.303. Already you know regarding this. So this equal to 2.303 into log 2 to the base 10 whole divided by lambda. Then our equation becomes 2.303 into log 2 is 0.3010 divided by lambda. So multiply these two, we are getting it as 0.693 divided by lambda. Therefore our t value becomes 0.693 divided by lambda. This is what the half-life equation you can say. Therefore, thus half-life of radioactive substance which is inversely proportional to the decay constant, that is lambda. You can observe with the help of an equation, that is T is equal to 0.693 by lambda. Therefore, we can say the half-life of radioactive substance which is inversely proportional to the decay constant, that is lambda. Next we will discuss regarding the mean life. What is meant by mean? Mean is nothing but the average. So mean life or average life of a radioactive substance, it is the ratio of the sum of the lives of all the individual atoms to the total number of atoms which are present in the sample. Already you know how you are going to take the mean. Taking mean means adding all the terms divided by how many numbers are there, divided by the total number. So it is also ratio. So the mean life or the average life, it is also the ratio between what? The sum of lives of all the individual atoms to the total number of atoms which are present in that sample. And it is denoted by the tau, torque tau. It is denoted by tau. Therefore, tau is equal to, we can write it as it is 1 by lambda, where again lambda is the decay constant. And mean life of radioactive substance, it also defined one more definition, can be defined as the time during which the number of atoms reduces to 1 by E times the initial number. So you can define with this or with this, both are correct. Mean life of radioactive substance, it can be defined as the time during which the number of atoms which are reduces to 1 by E times the initial number, or we can say it is the total, it is the ratio of the sum of lives of all the individual atoms to the total number of atoms which are present in the sample. Therefore, capital T is equal to half-life is equal to, already we know it is 0.693 divided by lambda, but already we know the relation torque tau is equal to, or mean life tau is equal to, it is 1 by lambda. Therefore, our equation becomes, it is 0.693 into tau, because 1 by lambda is equal to tau. Therefore, it is 0.693 into tau. Or we can say half-life is equal to 0.693 into mean life. This is the relation. Half-life is equal to 0.693 into mean life. Next, we will discuss what is activity or decay rate, that will be denoted by capital A. The activity of radioactive substance, it is the number of disintegration per second. So how many atoms that will be disintegrate per second, that we can call it as it is the activity or the decay rate. That is, activity is equal to the number of atoms disintegrate per second. So this equal to, we can write activity is equal to A, and the number of atoms disintegrated is N, but we have to take the decay constant as lambda. So it is A is equal to lambda into N. And the SI unit of activity is becquerel. Also it is one more unit is there, that is Curie. Then what is becquerel? How to define the becquerel, we'll see. So becquerel is, the activity is a 1 becquerel if there is 1 disintegration per second in the substance. So only 1 disintegration is taking place in per second, then we can say it as it is a becquerel. So 1 becquerel is equal to 1 decay divided by 1 second. And similarly Curie, the activity of substance is said to be 1 Curie if it has 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 atoms disintegrate per second. Therefore, this 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 decays per second, or 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 becquerel. So these are the two units you are using to measure the radioactive disintegration. One is becquerel, another one is Curie. that we can call it as it is activity or generally decay rate. So this is regarding the law of radioactive disintegration or law of radioactive decay. That law of radioactive decay, the relation n is equal to n naught into e raised to minus lambda t is very very important. Just go through that derivation and again go through the half-life as well as the mean life definition as well as the relation between them. Thank you.